Apply. See the website for details. Approval of your credit application is not guaranteed.
Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California Finance Lenders Law License 60DBO 49708.
We all used to like Pandora before they started interrupting the music over and over. We thought maybe we can do it better than Pandora with our iHeartRadio app. And now we have. Open iHeartRadio, type in an artist you love, and let iHeartRadio build you a station with all that artist's best music and songs we've handpicked to make you a perfect station. And with iHeartRadio, you get more music, fewer interruptions, and it's free. Try it today. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
iHeartRadio. I go to replay. I like how we have the neighborhood call at second base. You don't even have to touch the base. You don't have to come close. But first base, second base, third base, if your foot goes off the base, then we're going to call you out. But they got it right last night. I don't know what happened last night.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Love it. It's my favorite. My favorite.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
From the Cold Star Ice Studios, it's Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM, KTDD, Riverside.
Fox Sports trending now.
3 items of breaking news now.
That's it. That's it. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. Oh my God! Einhorn is a man.
And welcome to the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. Welcome to the big show coming off the heels of a huge Week 7 of the high school football season. We had all the highlights last night on Sports Weekly Live on IEMG. Jeff, you were sitting there, if I can just paint a little picture, you were sitting there with your snack tray.
It was my desk.
Taking all the scores.
It was a desk, and, you know, it might have been a snack tray at one time. But
it was a snack tray.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it was. A good time, though.
You were our score guy last night. We appreciate it. But, yeah, there's a picture on Twitter out there, Jeff, who's a big dude.
Large, 6'8",
yeah,
300.
He's a big dude in this little snack tray, and he's writing down all the high school football scores. So we got a big show today here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The Yucaipa T-Birds in the house, undefeated. We'll talk about their huge game against Cajon looming on the horizon in Week 8. We've also got Murrieta Valley quarterback Hank Bachmeier. Murrieta Valley looks like they're poised to win back-to-back Southwestern League titles. And we've also got the big-hitting volleyball twins from Cal Baptist University, McKenna and Madison Witt.
Hank Bachmeier.
Pretty cool name.
Yes, quarterback name.
And they're one of their coaches over there, Coach Q. Shout out to him. He's like, man, Hank loves talking to you guys. When can you get him back on? I'm like,
right now.
Hey, today's the day. Let's do this. So we're excited to have Hank on as well. And then in our final segment, we've got our Marines recruiting station Riverside Athlete of the Week. Q McChesney was a Marines Athlete of the Week.
That is right.
So we're going to name another one. I'll give you a little hint. We're not going to tell you to the end, but we're going to give you a hint. It's another quarterback.
Wow.
Quarterbacks, they always post the big numbers, and they look, sexy, right? You see those stats, you're like, how do you go against it, man? I want to pick an offensive lineman, but you see the stats, and you're just like, okay.
Quarterbacks always get the best-looking girl in the school.
Is that true, Keo? The show's brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. Thank you, Bill Navigado and his team. It's in the name. They're going to spoil you when you take your car in, keep it going strong. We're all over the Inland Empire, and we don't want to break down the 91. That's like my worst nightmare, breaking down the 91 at like 4 or 5 o'clock. So thank you, Bill Navigado. Kin Sporting Goods, 40 years in the Inland Empire, still going strong with all your sporting gear needs. My boy Jason, Kin's son, owner at Kin's, he hit me up this week and said, Pep, can you do me a favor? Dude, Jason, anything for you. What do you need? He's like, hey, we're going to have the Charger Girls in our studio. Can you publicize that?
What? Charger Girls?
Sure. I guess I could do that. So the Charger Girls will be there October 28th and a couple Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they're from the IE, so a couple girls made it to the NFL. Support them. Go out there, get an autograph. And Kins also has some special deals going on that day in the store. So pretty cool deal. So go check out Kin Sporting Goods October 28th and the Charger Girls. Boost Performance Training. Ray Bass and his team, the very best. We talked about before. Lacrosse, golf, baseball, football. They're training athletes of all different sports and all different levels, from youth to guys trying to get scholarships to guys trying to make it to the pros. So go check out Ray Bass and his team at Boost Performance Training. We have a Boost training tip coming up in our first segment. And finally, Catalano Motors in Corona. Buy, trade, finance a new-to-you car or truck. They have high expectations. They are going to meet those expectations. They're going to go beyond it. I got my Catalano Motors shirt on today
nice
to
shirt.
Represent Fly the Colors. We appreciate their support. So thank you to all of our sponsors that make this happen. But right now, we got to dive into the high school football world because we've got some huge games coming up. We'll talk more about Arlington and the Rancho Verde in our third segment as we look ahead to Week 8. But right now, let's welcome the T-Birds into the house. The Yucaipa Thunderbirds, a perfect 7-0 on the season. Coach Justin Price, when I came to the IE 2011, you guys started 9-0. I'm sure you remember that,
yes,
right?
I do.
And I think you met Rev in the final week. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is there any similarities between this T-Birds team and that T-Bird team?
You know, it's kind of hard to find a lot of similarities between the two teams other than the fact that I believe the biggest thing that both of those teams brought to the table is great teamwork. We don't have a lot of guys that think individually. It's more about what can we do to make our team better. So hopefully it'll be a different result. I don't want it to be the same result because, you know, we didn't really play very well that game. But, you know, there's a lot of great things going on in our program right now, and I will tell you that I do find a lot of similarities in just the attitude the kids bring to practice every day, the way they prepare. You know, it's all about the team.
Before we get to the guys, I just want to say, like, coming from the outside looking in at least, you had a great senior class last year.
Yeah,
and when you see a huge senior class graduate, you're like, man, there's a lot of question marks on the program. Like, how are they going to be this year? The CBL's always competitive. Just wasn't sure. What did we not know on the outside looking in that you knew? I mean, because you've got a great group.
Yeah, and I think it's the program. I mean, I think it's we consistently are producing good football teams because of the way we do things. We have a great program, and I will say, honestly, one thing a lot of people forgot about was the number of guys we brought back on defense. You know, and you look at certain positions, a lot of people, you know, the offensive line it's a new group there. Yeah. You know, quarterback, we had a new quarterback, but the reality was we had some core receiving guys coming back, and our defensive group was pretty solid last year. At the end of the year, we returned the majority of them, and you know, really, it's kind of we don't look at you know, rebuilding. We just want to reload and keep playing.
Coach, who did you bring in studio with us today?
We brought two of our senior captains, Matt Best and Gavin Norris, and then our junior quarterback, Keo McChesney.
I got to say, Keo actually kind of looks like Nathan Martinez. You know what I mean? Like, same size. They look kind of the same,
yeah.
play kind of the same, right?
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because I'm sure Keo doesn't like to hear that because he wants to separate himself from that.
Sure.
And I can say after being 7-0, pretty sure he's done a great job of doing that. Well, I will say, though, he sat back last year and watched a great football player play in front of him, knowing that it was going to be his team this year, and he's really stepped up and played outstanding for us.
Let me start with Keo down here. So, Keo, 7-0 to start the season. You got that big one against Cajon coming up in Week 8 next Friday. Through these first 7 games, you know, you got thrust into the starting role. What have you kind of learned on the job? I know you're thrown into the fire. You're doing a great job, putting up some huge numbers and leading this team to an undefeated record.
I think I learned the most was just kind of don't do too much, but play your role. We have a really good team, and having a great group of wide receivers. I mean, Gavin, Jacob Bariga, Ethan Abraham. We have a junior, Adam Vasquez. Kind of just do your role and do your thing, and don't do too much. And just kind of go with the flow, but make sure you're running the offense good because, you know, sitting back and watching Nathan do it for a full year, you know, and I took in a lot from Nathan, so being able to do that and kind of just know, like, hey, look, certain situations, do the right thing. So I felt like that kind of adjustment on the fly was just like, hey, look, it's your turn now, so, you know, you've been waiting, so, you know.
Make the most of it, right?
Exactly, yes, sir.
So are you, if I was going to ask you, are you throw first, run first, or whatever coach says first?
There's been times where our OC, Coach G, has said, you know, hey, look, the run's open, but it's you know, it's a pass, but if it's a run,
whatever they give you, right?
It's, you know, that's what the main thing is. Take what they give me. That's what I've heard. So, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. Take what they give me. So.
All right, let's bring Matt Best onto the show. Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The T-Birds, a perfect 7-0 to start the season. Cajon coming up in Week 8. Matt, let me ask you. So this 7-0 team, like Coach was saying, you guys knew you had what you had in the cupboard, what you guys had coming back, and the talent you had on this team. Are you surprised by the 7-0 start? You know, were you expecting this? Or, I mean, how did you kind of see this season kind of playing out before the season began?
I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but I mean, I'm glad it happened, obviously. And I thought going into the season, actually, that we were kind of like loose. But once we finally got into the season and through our summer league, our summer ball and everything, we came together and we were like ready to play from the game one.
All right, let's get Gavin on the show as well. You guys are coming off a 42-20 victory against Carter last night. Carter's a pretty good team. Like, that could be a tricky game for some teams out there. So, Gavin, what did you guys do well last night? I'm going to go to Coach after this, too, because he said that's some of the best football you guys have played this season.
We just we like exposed our man coverage because we knew last year we had we're kind of like troubled in that area. Like, teams would line up man against us, and we're like, all right, what do we got to do to get past this? So this game, Coach D really prepared us well for man coverage, and shout out to him and thank you.
Coach, let me ask you. So that must be a good feeling for you, at least, to know that you have Cajon, which arguably is probably the biggest game on your schedule at this point before you get to playoffs, and you're playing some of your best football. You're coming off a game that you're really pleased with.
Right, and you asked about what my expectations were for the team when you were talking to the players, and the reality was this: I just wanted us to continue to get better each week, and I think the way we played the first quarter and a half of last week has shown that if we can play that for fourth quarters, we can pretty much beat anybody. So I'm happy that we're moving forward each week, and that's what you want to be doing this time of the year. It's a huge game. I mean, this is what we wanted. This is what you asked for. You want to be playing in a game where it can really decide your fate as far as being a CBL champ, and that's where we're at right now.
Well, without giving away all your secrets about what you want to do against the Cowboys, we've seen Cajon a lot. They got some big guys on the outside. They like to put the ball up. Great athletes on defense as well. What do you think are the keys going into that matchup with Cajon?
With any other game for us, it's, we got to take care of the football. Number one, we can't turn the football over. We got to try to win field position. And my biggest thing, especially for defense, is trying to eliminate the big plays. It's hard to do that with a very talented team like that. I think, last year we played in a shootout game, 4 overtimes. As a coach, it's hard to watch those games because, I felt like I lost about 5 years off my life. But the reality is, we know that we're gonna have to score points to win. You don't hold these teams to 10, 15, 21 points. It's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to score points to win, and we're going to have to take advantage of, like I said, let's not turn the ball over. Let's try to eliminate some of their big plays, and let's see what happens in the fourth quarter. Because when we play at home, we have a great advantage. We had over 5,000 people there for our Rev game, and I know it's going to be the same way this week. People in the community have really bought into what we're selling.
Man, Coach is a pro. That was my next segue. The home field advantage, the fans there, and, of course, that Rev game. Let me go back to Keo real quick. Keo McChesney, the quarterback for the Yucaipa High School football team. Keo, we had a video of that game from Redlands East Valley, and your home side was nuts. It was packed. They were loud. It was rowdy. You've got Cajon coming to your place at Yucaipa. How big of an advantage is that to have that T-Bird Nation come out? It's one town, one team, and everyone, Friday night, you shut down the city, and everyone goes down to the football game.
It's pretty crazy. It really is. I remember sitting back last year and kind of looking at the stands, and you take it in a little more, and you're just like, man, they're loud, you know what I'm saying? And now that you're in it, I don't really hear it when I'm playing, but afterwards, I look at the pictures, I look at the videos you guys take, and it's crazy. And it is a big advantage. Like Coach Price has said, when they come to Yucktown, it's a big deal. It's just statistically wise, we win games there. We win the tough games there. So I'm excited, especially for a big home game and with a lot on the line, So it's exciting, and it is a big advantage for us.
So it is pronounced Yucktown, right? Because I'm always in that neck of the woods, and I always, little kids, I'm like, yeah, we're going through Yucktown, or we're going to Yucktown. They're like, why is it Yucktown? Like, why is it so yuck? And I'm like, it's not yucky. It's just it's Yucktown.
That's probably a little bit of a newer generation thing to say. I think a lot of the old guard don't really like that, but we say it. I mean, Yucktown, that's kind of what we started.
Sure.
And, that's how we roll, so.
Hashtag YUC, yuck, not with a K on the end, Yucktown.
We're not yucky. We're Yucktown.
Matt, let me ask you about that Redlands East Valley game. That was a signature victory so far in the season because you had never beaten Redlands East Valley in school history. Rev, 8 CBL titles in a row, either outright or a co-championship. So they've kind of run it. They've ran it in the CBL for a long time. How important was that victory for you guys against the Wildcats on that night?
I feel like it was just a chip off our shoulder, honestly. Obviously, we haven't beaten them, as you said, and beating them finally, I feel like it opened up a lot of doors for us, and I feel like we got
You're good.
A lot more confidence going into the season and going through this gauntlet we have, which is Redlands, Carter, Cajon, the big 4 games we have each year, and I feel like we have a lot of confidence going in now because we beat Rev and we got the chip off our shoulder and we're ready to go.
Gavin, do you feel like maybe it turned some people's heads like, okay, hold on. I know everyone was like, okay, Cajon, Rev, CBL title. People like, hold on, slow your roll. Slow down a little bit, pump your brakes. Yucaipa's in the mix now.
Yeah, well, we all talked, all us captains and leadership group, and we knew that, like, all right, we knew Redlands East Valley is going to be good. We knew Cajon, but we're thinking to ourselves, like, all right, they're going to think over us, and we're just going to have to capitalize and beat them. And now we're going in confidence and ready.
So it's okay to fly under the radar a little bit, you know what I mean? Because, again, going into the season, people from the outside looking in like, oh, man, they lost so many great skill guys. Their offensive line's gone. Like, I don't know. I don't know where the newspaper picked you guys to finish. But
I think it was 4th. So
there you go. You know it was 4th. Yeah, you know it's 4th, Coach. But that's what I'm saying. Like, from the outside looking in, people are probably like, well, they lost a lot. What do they have coming back? You know, this team might be interesting. But then you got guys like Keo stepping up and having big years.
Yeah, and I think that we've been slept on for a long time. I really do. And then we've come in second to Rev quite a few times, and we've always been at the top. We just haven't been able to get over the hump, and that's what we're hoping to do this year.
Let me ask you, do you keep an eye on those CIF Southern Section rankings?
You know, I look at them, and I think last year we paid a lot more attention to them. We're really focused on week to week this year. I know that's the old cliche, but the reality is this: if we can find a way to win out, it gives us a better opportunity. We're number 2 right now in the CIF poll for our division, but we ended up. It didn't really matter to us last year because we were the number 2 team, and we had to play Pericles, who won the state champion. They somehow were the 10 seed, which who knows how that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reality is this: we know if we're one of the top seeds, we got a better chance of getting home advantage and certain things. But other than that, right now, we're just so focused on trying to win the CBL championship. And after that, I think it'll all fall into place.
Again, I told you I hate to play that, well, this team beat that team, and that team beat this team by this many points. So this was, but I'm going to play it anyways just for a second. Because you have Paloma Valley also in Division 5, who Cajon opened up the season with. So in a roundabout way, like, that's a team that you could potentially see, I guess, down the road in a Division 5 playoff game. But like you said, doesn't really matter now.
And you know what? We've seen them on film before. They're very well coached and they're very talented. And you know, I respect that program. And it's neat every year now to have a different division. So I guess there's positives and negatives. You know, the
because
positive.
you were D6 last year, right?
Yeah,
so you got some new faces now. This year.
We got a lot of new faces, and there's a few more local teams. I mean, last year, honestly, there was hardly anybody from around our area. Elsinore, I think, and Summit were the only 2 teams were even within 30 minutes of us.
Yeah.
Everybody else was 3-4 hours away. You know, and it's hard to really get excited about that. Now, with more teams in the mix, you know, Redlands, Chaparral, Paloma Valley, Corona, there's teams that are closer, so you kind of get that more of a feel, hey, there's some Inland Empire teams in there, which is exciting. You know, like you said, Paloma's a great football team. Some of the other teams, like Pericles, we obviously saw last year, they're at the top right now. Paramount, Lawndale, there's other schools in the mix that we don't know a whole lot about. But it is fun to see the teams, the local teams in the mix.
Yeah, because it's always kind of tricky. You're looking at the rankings, you're like, oh, man, St. Joseph, where's that? Oh, it's in Santa Maria. I have no idea what you know, how their season's going or what they got.
And scrounging up film on teams sometimes is really tough. You know, with Huddle, it makes it easier to exchange. But then again, you know, most leagues have policies where you don't just give teams your film from your own league. And we do that. And, you know, as far as our league has that policy, and we respect that policy. You know, we don't want to give anybody an advantage over anybody else in our league. You know, we want our league to be the most successful league in Southern Section. You know, we believe in the CBL. It's got some of the greatest history in the Southern Section, and, you know, we want all the teams to be successful.
Coach Price, we appreciate you coming in on a Saturday, guys. Best of luck against Cajon. A quick reminder, every single Friday night on IEMG, 11 o'clock to midnight, scores, highlights. Jeff, will we be at the Cajon versus Yucaipa game?
We better be.
It's the game, right?
We're going to have 5 or 6 people there.
It's the granddaddy of them all. This is the big one.
It's not the little big game.
It's not the little big game.
It's the big game.
It's the granddaddy.
Yes.
So we're going to be there. Cajon versus Yucaipa next week, Friday, 11 o'clock on IEMG TV. If you don't have the channel, it's okay. You can watch it live on YouTube as well. IE Media Group is the YouTube channel. We appreciate teaming up with them as well. And a quick note from that show last night. Congratulations, Brandon Rankins, now all-time leading rusher in San Bernardino County history. Where's Cullen? Cullen's around here. I just want to give him a quick shout-out. Went down to Temecula, caught up with Brandon Rankins.
Live.
We had Rankins on the show live last night. He went for 253 yards, so he just obliterated the record. He still has 3 regular season games, a whole lot of playoff games, I'm assuming, for Aquinas in Division 9. So he was at 6,893, needed 44 for the record, blew past that. He's at 7,103. That is the new all-time mark.
And if you think about it, he's run over 4 miles.
That's right. If you put all those yards together.
4 miles of just getting beat up and running. sprinting for 4 miles.
So congrats, the rushing champion, Brandon Rankins from Aquinas High School. Guys, best of luck against Cajon. We're all fired up about it. 7-0, trying to make it 8-0 against the Cowboys. Thank you, Coach Price. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And thanks for the swag, too. We're going to take a picture in the break. Get that on the wall. I don't think it'll fit Jeff. I'll have to wear the Yucaipa shirt.
Extra medium.
We will be right back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports, IE 1350 AM.
Okay, people, you have...
How you guys doing? Coach Ray here. We're back at the Boost Performance Center with the one and only Pep Fernandez. Today we're going to go over our A-Skip series. We've got a couple of great videos for you guys. Come check us out. All right, so we're back with our Boost Performance School student athletes, building on our A-Skip series here. So the next drill is going to be a complete absolute speed A-Skip. So we've gone over the acceleration A-Skip, we've gone over a butt kick skip. Now it's the complete A-Skip. So really that completes the cycle. I'm going to get that rhythm. I'm going to pull my heel to my butt. I'm going to step over my opposite knee and put that foot down as quickly as possible. I don't want to kick my knee out. It's all in the hip here. Heel to the butt, step around the knee and put it down quick. Absolute speed A-Skip, really opening up the stride here. So Josh is going to start us off. He's going to get that rhythm. Now we're looking for that cycle here. Over and around. Over and around here, Josh. Here we go, Samari. There it is. Bring it around. Bring it around. Good. Heel to the butt. Good. There it is. Good. We're going to go heel to the butt first. There it is. Good. Put it back down. All on the hip. Good. So we don't want to extend our knee too much. We want to get that heel tight. Good. Nice, DT. Bring it over and around. Good. All right, so that completes our skip series. We're really big on technique. Teaching athletes how to run is everything, and we do it right here at Boost. Whether it's acceleration, top end speed, we know speed here.
We're a small family-owned, strive for quality pre-owned vehicles. We're not a volume dealer, and we take every deal as personal to us. We're a low-stress environment. We're not a pressure sales house. If you want to shop us, you're more than welcome to shop us. We have, like I said, great rates, competitive financing, a lot of one-owner, clean Carfax, clean title vehicles. As you see, we have Carfax everywhere. That's most important to us, to educate our customers before they make a purchase. We're right off of Ontario, right off a couple exits off the 15 freeway, off Cajelco, off El Cerrito, and we're right on the main drag going into Dos Logos and the crossings. We have great financing, we have great lenders that we're using. We do buy, sell, trade, cash for your car. Whatever we need to do to help accommodate the customer, that's what we're here for. We have a little bit of everything. We start at about $69.95 and go all the way up to $100,000. We have Escalades, we have commuters, we have pickup trucks, we have Jeeps, sport utilities, and if we don't have it, our specialty is finding you exactly what you're looking for.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Cal Baptist University getting ready for that big showdown with Azusa Pacific University. We got two of the stars of the Lancers, McKenna and Madison Witt, twins. How does anyone tell you apart?
Hi, Pep. Well, That is the question we get asked often, every day really, but on the court, the differences are our numbers. That's all I got for you, 1 and 2.
But you don't have your jerseys on right now, so how do people, I mean, is McKenna a little bit taller?
Usually people say Madison's taller, and
Really?
it depends on the day. It depends on the day. We're the same. Yeah, McKenna has a beauty mark on her forehead. A couple subtle differences. Madison's face is more oval shaped. Yes. Mine is rounder. Yes. I have a dot on my head right here, and I have pink nail polish.
Do you love being twins?
Yes. We do love being twins. We're best friends on the court, off the court. We spend all of our days together, and we just don't get tired of each other for some reason.
Never?
22 years strong. Really, we really don't. We don't fight much, and if we do, it happens to be over food or clothes. Yeah.
Why would you fight over food? Like who gets the last bite kind of a thing, or what to eat?
What to eat.
So you're not completely the same. You have different tastes and.
She hates mustard and tuna. Tuna. No.
And what about you? What's on the no-go list on the menu?
Honestly, I really like almost everything. Yeah. Kind of does like everything. I'm more adventurous than she is, for sure.
Well, we've got McKenna and Madison Witt here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Ladies, you come from a beach volleyball background that you played at the U of A, the University of Arizona. So how has the transition been to not only coming inside, but also here at Cal Baptist University?
This transition has been amazing. We've been presented with such an opportunity here at CBU, and the people have been amazing and so patient with us. And just the people, I can't say enough good things about the people here. It's been extremely humbling because honestly we had no idea what to expect coming back indoor. We knew that our bodies would be hurting really bad because of the hardwood, and Madison's been battling shin splints for the past couple of weeks, so that's been fun for her. Yes. But other than that, just meshing with 6 people on the court too has been interesting, but nonetheless really, really fun.
Because in beach volleyball, did you guys play as a team? Was it just you two on the court?
It was just McKenna and I on the court, so coming indoor there were a lot of adjustmts. Having more teammates on the court was a big one, and wearing shoes, having those sunglasses.
More clothes, all that stuff, right?
More clothes. It's just been a whole new game all around.
So what was it about the beach game that you enjoyed, and is there anything that you miss about it?
The beach game was just so relaxed and so up our alley. We could just do our thing out there on the court together. But I think coming back for a 5th year of indoor is going to add a lot of depth to our game and just add a whole new aspect to our game, really, because we lost touch of our indoor side when we were on the beach for 4 years straight. So we miss it, we love it, but we're also really enjoying our time here. Honestly, I really love being outside, and I miss the beach so much. I love it here, but just being inside and having all the sounds and the whistles and the bright lights, it's definitely been an adjustment for me. But I love it.
So could we maybe see you girls playing professionally, indoor, outdoor, Olympics? I mean, what's kind of the goals maybe beyond playing collegiately?
We're going to continue our beach career after we're done here at CBU and just see what God has in store for us.
All right, McKenna and Madison Witt here on the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
All right, CBU with a big one against Azusa Pacific University today, 3 o'clock. CBU ranked number 6 in the country. APU is number 25, and CBU a perfect 17-0 overall, 9-0 in the Pac-West Conference. Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. So a big one today at 3 o'clock at Van Dyne. If you can go out there and check out the ladies in action, try to keep that undefeated streak going, Jeff.
Hey, there's other big news at Cal Baptist you forgot all about.
What's that?
For the first time in school history, they have a team ranked #1 in the nation.
They do?
The cross-country girls.
That's right. They were on the show.
The ladies are ranked #1 in the country. They're the first team in school history to be ranked #1 in Division II history. So congrats go out to them. The mojo from them being in the studio is paying off.
So congratulations, a #1 ranked team at CBU. We're excited about it. Once again, we will, on this show, have a segment called Inside the Lancers, presented by Magnolia Heating and Cooling. We're excited about that. We're brought to you by Spoiled. Quick quality oil change Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. We're all excited to have those guys on board. Coming up in just a matter of minutes, Murrieta Valley quarterback Hank Bachmeier, the gunslinger.
Hank Bachmeier.
He's a stud. They beat Chaparral last night, 42-17, putting up some big numbers as they're going for back-to-back Southwestern League titles. I mean, they kind of got the monkey off their back when they beat Vista Murrieta last year. Vista Murrieta is a fantastic program. They've had a great run there. Murrieta Valley, they've just got a really good team, a good thing going right now. They were in Division II last year. Now they're in Division I, so they're hanging with the big boys now, including Vista Murrieta, but a big win last night against Chaparral, 42-17. If you want to rewind and even go a week before that, that's when they beat Vista Murrieta. So they're 2-0 in the Southwestern League, and they look to still be going strong. So we're going to talk to Hank Bachmeier in just a couple minutes. But, Jeff, you just got a very important text, right? We got some breaking news here.
I did. Will Jacobsmeyer, the guru of cross-country here in the city of Riverside.
Good dude. Very good guy.
Great guy. Just let me know that next week, Riverside Community College Invitational will be at the Riverside course here in downtown. 109 teams, 5,000-plus runners, and 48 races. So it's one of the 5 largest invitationals in the state this year. He wants everybody to come out. It's next week, Riverside Community College Invitational.
That is a big deal, Jeff. Thank you, Will, out there for giving us the heads up. But speaking of big deals, let's go right now to the Catalano Motors Celebrity Hotline. He is the big deal. It's the quarterback of the Murrieta Valley Nighthawks, Hank Bachmeier. Hank, what's cracking on this Saturday?
Nothing much, Pep. How you doing?
Dude, it's been way too long, man. We love talking to you, so it's been way too long. So we appreciate you jumping on the show like this.
Anytime.
Hey, so you guys beat Chaparral last night, 42-17. You're now 2-0 in the Southwestern League. Talk about that win last night. The offense seems to be rolling right now.
We came out pretty sluggish. They were actually up at the half. It was 17-14. And they really controlled the ball. They drove down the field, and they played tough the first half. And, Coach Wilson just talked about, we got to come out second half strong, and we got to finish. We got to play Nighthawk football. So really second half ball game we were kind of rolling offensively and defensively, and they just really couldn't stop us on both sides.
Yeah, specifically in the second half, you guys were rolling. What was said at halftime? Like, what was the difference? Was there something that, like you said, Coach said something, or did you guys just need a wake-up call? Like, what was the difference? Because you guys were absolutely rolling.
Last week was a big win for us, and I think we need to let that go a little bit. After the game, we need to let it go. And I think just this next week coming in this game, I don't think we prepared as good as we wanted to. And Coach, he kind of expressed that at half, and we couldn't really, take that back. But we knew that if we just played our game and knew what we had to do, then we were just going to come out and just do our thing. But we just can't. We gotta prepare better. We got to take every game just as serious as any other game we play.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a big emotional game when you play a team like Vista Murrieta, and to get a win like them, it's not uncommon, you know what I mean, to have a huge game like that and try to keep that emotion up going into the next week against another good team like Chaparral. But you guys got the win 42-17 last night. What are the goals of this team, Hank? Because last year in Division II, you were on the top-ranked teams. Now you're in Division I with all the big boys. I mean, obviously the goal is to win league, but once you get to the playoffs, you're going to see some really good teams, right, in Division I?
Yeah, so obviously it's an honor to be moved up to D1. It's going to be pretty tough for us, just, a little over 2,000 kids here and everything like that. But, we're a great team that just, works great together. We have great coaches. And I just think, if we execute, we'll see what we're made out of. There's some great teams we got to play in the playoffs, but right now we're just focused on this next week and trying to win a Southwestern League championship right now.
Hank, this is Jeff here. I have two questions. First one, can you throw a football over a mountain? And second, tell us a little bit about those great receiving core you have. You have a spiker. What's it like playing with those guys?
I don't think I could throw it over a mountain. Maybe over like a molehill. I don't know.
All right.
But playing with Spike. In my opinion, I think he's the best receiver in the nation. and it's just an honor to play with such a great player. The other guys I have, they're feisty and they're young right now. They're going to do some good things later on too. And it's just an awesome experience to play with such great players.
And Hank, Spiker needs our votes, right? He's trying to get into the Under Armour All-American game.
Yeah, I think he's winning right now, but yeah, we still got to keep voting. I know I'm voting every day. The school's voting every day, and I know he really appreciates you shouting him out. We were sharing that and stuff, so we appreciate you guys doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you look at the numbers don't lie. He holds basically every important receiving record in the inland area, so he absolutely deserves to be in this game. So I know we've said it before, but just make sure you relay that message to him for us as well, Hank. That he definitely deserves to be in the Under Armour game.
Oh, I definitely will. He's gonna break the. Knock on wood. He's gonna break the all-time touchdown career record in a few games, hopefully, for California.
You just have to give him the ball, right?
Yeah, that's the game plan. It's been working so far these last few years.
We got Hank Bachmeier here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 AM. The Nighthawks coming off a win against Chaparral, coming on real strong in that second half last night to pick up a convincing win, 42-17 again was that final score. Hank, when you look at the Southwestern League, man, there's some really good schools, and, every single Friday night's a battle. We've talked about this before, but what's it like playing every single Friday night against a team that that you cannot let down because they might get you?
Yeah, so, last week we played a perennial powerhouse in Vista Murrieta, who's, kind of had our number and everyone else's number for a long time. And then coming out against Chaparral, we were losing at halftime. It was a tough game. Someone's talking to me. Hold on. It's over there to the right. Over there.
Wait,
to the right.
Hold on.
Hey,
Hank, what are they looking for?
What's that?
What are they looking for?
So I'm actually at my school right now. I'm actually writing some essays and stuff that I need to make up, and someone asked for where the stadium is.
Where the stadium? Say sorry, bro. I'm live on Fox Sports Radio, the Inland Sports Show. No, that's funny. But you're at school on a Saturday, so you tossing touchdowns on Friday nights, taking care of the class on Saturday, right? The schoolwork.
Yeah, so I'm in AP English and just trying to get some extra credit.
Look at that, Jeff.
Man, yeah, I want to know one thing. No one ever asked us. You're a junior this year.
Yeah.
Who's recruiting you? We want to know these things. Where might you end up playing on Saturdays 2 years from now?
There's a few schools recruiting me, pretty hard. I have 10 offers right now. It's a great honor. There's a few schools that I like a lot. Minnesota, Boise State, Cal, UCLA, Utah, Ole Miss. There's a lot of schools recruiting me right now, and I'm just kind of, filling out the process. It's a big decision for me, and right now I'm just kind of focusing on the season.
See, Jeff, Hank is a very humble, modest guy because, to be honest, Hank, I can't even keep up with you because I go on social media and you're at Minnesota, you're at Utah, you're at Cal, you're at Ole Miss. You're all over the place. What's it like doing all these trips and visiting all these cool college football programs?
It's just such a great honor to be able to have this opportunity, and I really, it's a big decision for myself and my family, and we just want to make sure that we're making the best decision for myself. And I think the best way to do that is just to go out there and really get a good experience and a good vibe from each program.
So when you make your commitment, you're going to do it on the Inland Sports Show, correct?
Yeah, if you guys want me to.
Yeah, hey, break the news on our show.
Yes,
Hank. We'd love to have you.
All right, for sure. When I do it, I'd love to do it out there.
Well, Hank, we're going to let you get back to those essays. We know you love school. Hey, it's a Saturday and Hank's at school. I feel bad for him, but he's taking care of his classwork, and we can appreciate that. It's the great Hank Bachmeier right here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox
really
Sports
quick,
IE. Yes.
Really quick. Two of my coaches, they said they wanted a shout out on the greatest radio show on the planet. So I want to shout out Coach Quay and Coach Jaime Zarate. They wanted a shout out, they said. So I'm just shouting them out for them.
Hey, Coach Zarate, I saw at the Mission Inn, I was eating lunch right next to him, and we started talking about high school football and the Nighthawks and all kinds of stuff. So you got some good coaches down there, Hank. You got some good people around you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, they love you guys.
Well, we love the Nighthawks, so it works out, Hank. Jeff, what's that, Jeff?
I just want to say this. I just like saying this. Hank Bachmeier.
Yeah, you were born to be a quarterback, Hank, with that name. We love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hank, we appreciate the time. Get cracking on those essays, brother.
I will. Thank you for the call. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Hank. That's Hank Bachmeier, the quarterback of the Murrieta Valley Nighthawks here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. Good dude, right? He's at
Great
school
guy.
on a Saturday.
Telling people where the stadium is.
He's helping people out. He's got AP classes. What a good dude.
You know, he's like, hey, I built that stadium over there. Just that
With
one.
my bare hands.
Yeah, I've thrown a football over that stadium, and it's the Hank Bachmeier Stadium.
Jeff, when we come back, we got more show. We got to give our Marines recruiting station Riverside after the week.
Good one.
We're also going to look at week 7 of high school football, kind of put some closure on it for everybody so we can look ahead to week 8. Those big games looming out there, including Yucaipa, Cajon, Arlington, the Rancho Verde, some big ones coming up. And we will be right back here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM.
You know.
Thank God, first of all. I thank the great people that I've got around me that help support me, the people that work for me. As I started, if it wasn't for the people around me, we probably wouldn't be here right now, but I've got a great staff. I've got great people that do stuff for us outside the store, and we've been very, very fortunate. Our service is impeccable, and we just keep trying to get better every year. We can do online stuff for your teams, as well as, like I said, the screen printing, the embroidery. We also have 3 women that do extra sewing for us, like tackle tool on uniforms, or the bling or rhinestones for different shirts for the ladies. That's why we have certain racks just for certain schools, and the fun about that is that it turns into other schools that may come in here that aren't as close, that we can do stuff for them as well. We've had very, very good customers throughout the years, and it's just been a blast.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
oddball fix right on the app. Fantasy Sports Radio Network. iHeartRadio.
We are back. It's the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE 1350 AM. The coffee's kicking in, Jeff. I'm feeling good. I came in here like, man, what a grind.
Because we're up till 2, 3 in the morning, you know, just winding down from watching all these games.
Like, honestly, like, okay, so we have Sports Weekly Live on IEMG. I don't get out of there till like 12:30. My adrenaline is like going. By the time I go home, I'm still editing video and producing this show, putting the final touches. Like, I'm awake, man. Like, you can hit me up. I'm awake. I'm watching shows. I was watching Star Wars videos. Like, it was all good.
I was eating. I get home, just eat. That's the bad thing. It's all just.
You didn't take that snack tray from IEMG,
Oh, I
did you?
did. And then my wife Carla made a turkey yesterday.
What?
I came out, she goes, I made a turkey. Well, who makes a turkey in freaking
It's a little early. It's too early.
She had turkey. She had gravy. She had potatoes. Come on. And then I come home. Yeah.
Wait, did you eat all that when you got home?
Of course, I'm fat. What do you think?
At least it knocked you out, right? Was it the tryptophan?
Tryptophan put me out.
Knocked you out.
Yes.
We're proudly brought to you by Spoiled, quick quality oil change, Kin Sporting Goods, Boost Performance Training, and Catalano Motors in Corona. Thank you very much. Hey, we got to name our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week. Again, when we get home late on a Friday night, you're digging through all the stats and the numbers. Usually there's one player and you're like, okay, it's pretty obvious who the Athlete of the Week has to be this week. And this week, it's Patriot quarterback, and he had a huge game. John Ober, he's the quarterback, but 50 carries on the ground, 204 yards. He had the winning touchdown. Well, it was the touchdown pass to set up the winning two-point conversion, which he also scored with 11 seconds in the game. 36-35, that final score as Patriot beats Hillcrest. That was a Riverside TV game. And wow, what a dramatic finish, because correct me if I'm wrong, Hillcrest was up kind of big on them, right? It was like 28-7, I think, at the half.
Hillcrest went up 3 touchdowns in the first half. And I will say this, probably one of the best games the River Valley League's had in a long time. Biggest upset, I should say.
Yeah.
Because Hillcrest was picked to win it all.
So now it's like wide open. You know what I mean? Like because Kim Batdorf's your boy, full disclosure.
Yes.
You work at Norte Vista. So like nobody's like, there's a chance.
There's a chance. You lose 20 guys from last year's team and you're still in the mix. So thank you, Patriot. Thank you, Hillcrest, from Coach Batdorf.
All right, so again, our Patriot quarterback, John Ober, our Marines Recruiting Station Riverside Athlete of the Week. Congratulations, John. Huge game to beat Hillcrest in River Valley League play. The next Riverside TV game is Notre Dame against Ontario Christian. I just want to touch on that because another congratulations going out to Mike Lara. He stepped in as the interim head coach at Notre Dame, replacing Derek Johnson, who stepped down this week. And Notre Dame went on the road and beat a good Arrowhead Christian team. 32-10 was the final score. So win number 1 for Coach Lara. I know he's a fan of the show. He's listening. So Coach Lara out there, congratulations. And you get a TV game next week.
Next week playing the 5-2 Ontario Christian. So it should be a good game.
Yeah, that is a good game, actually, in Ambassador League play. So if you're watching us live and amplified right now on the Inland Sports channel, hit that subscribe button for us. And there is a list of the Riverside TV games tentatively scheduled. There's always a curveball in there somewhere.
Always.
But Notre Dame against Ontario Christian is the scheduled game next Friday. And then Saturday, it's actually a double dip on Riverside
double
TV.
Header.
Riverside Poly against North. That's a Saturday night special, so check that out. Riverside TV gets it cracking. I got to do the long night of arts and innovation with
I saw
Riverside TV. That was a lot of fun.
You were touching pig lungs.
Pig lungs. There was vampires. It was crazy, but it was a lot of fun. So check that out. Are you doing the game next week?
I am doing the game because All and I will be hitting it up.
Notre Dame against Ontario Christian. A couple of other scores we want to touch on, of course. Brandon Rankins, we touched on it in the top of the show in the first segment. The new all-time leading rusher in San Bernardino County history, Cullen Holt, was on the scene, had some great highlights for Sports Weekly Live last night. And I asked him on the show, and Cullen got a picture of it. I'm glad it kind of backed it up for further confirmation. But he's going to keep the football, right? That he broke the record.
They took out a blue crayon, and they made a little X on it. So
whoa.
So they could give it to him. And I know I saw a picture of him with it in the locker room afterwards. But not only did he break the record, he broke the record like 7 plays into the game. He was already running all over Linfield. So big congrats to him.
Yeah, I agree. That was great. But what did he just say? Did he say something weird?
Crayon.
He said crayon.
I don't even know what that is.
Now, we had a poll this week. It's crayon, correct?
So a crayon, like a Crayola crayon. Jeff and I say crayon.
Everyone does,
Colin
apparently.
said
it's crayon.
Crayon.
I cited 3 sources. I had the COO of Crayola say it is pronounced crayon.
That's the top.
That's it.
the horse's mouth.
So what do you say about that, buddy?
Hey, 43% of people voted for crayon.
Yeah,
It
because
doesn't matter.
you call all your friends.
The CEO of Crayon.
Yeah, come on. Crayon.
I'm just waiting for Tim Hatch.
Tim Hatch doesn't even know how to use a phone. He can't use a computer, can't use a phone. He just sits in a chair and
He might actually use crayons.
Yeah, definitely. That and an abacus.
Congratulations, Brandon Rankins, the new all-time leading rusher in San Bernardino County history. And when he's all said and done, that number is going to be really high. I don't want to say it's untouchable, but it's going to be really hard to touch. It's going to be pretty high. I'm going to assume it's going to be well over 8,000 by the time he finishes Ambassador League play. And, of course, Aquinas being the #1 team in Division IX, they're probably going to go to the finals. I don't want to, put anything, too crazy out there, but I'm thinking at least 7 more games for Brandon Rankins.
Running behind the big Germans.
That's right.
Love those guys.
Jasper Fries.
I drive that boom.
That's funny. I asked you who's going to win the Holy War, remember? And
yes.
And you're like, it's Oktoberfest.
It's Oktoberfest. I drive
that boom. A couple other scores. Jeff, this was a game you went to, and Greg, apologies.
Oh,
apologies.
My golly.
And more apologies. 1,000 apologies because Greg is a Colton guy. We had Colton in the house. We love the Yellow Jackets. Taking on their big rival, Jeff, but it wasn't close.
Well, I know why they lost. The Yellow Jacket wasn't roaming the sidelines.
He wasn't?
He wasn't. There was no Yellow Jacket. There was no sting in their bite.
At least we can explain it now.
Oh, yeah, it was a tough one. I showed up at halftime, and it was pretty bad. I felt really bad. I stayed around for a short time, and I'll tell you what, though. The good thing, it was packed. There was more people.
Rivalry game, man.
Oh, it was really crowded. It just didn't end up well for the old Yellow Jackets.
So in 2 weeks, and I'm just saying this now because I got to brace Greg so he doesn't fall over, but in 2 weeks, Grand Terrace Football will be in studio with us.
Oh!
And I'll be wearing my Colton.
That's all right. Fly those colors. It's all good.
The Titans are coming in. Clash of the Titans.
So big win for Grand Terrace. Centennial against Santiago. Yeah, you got the Santiago hat on, Jeff.
Yes, I do. It's a nice hat.
We like Santiago, but Centennial still runs it in the land of the Big 8. 61-14 was the final score. We got those highlights on the show last night. I had a chance to go to Centennial this week. I actually got a chance to talk to the students out there at Centennial High School. Yeah, I ran into head coach Matt Logan. And, of course, it's a big rivalry with Santiago. So it's the Rumble on Rimpaw, just about 2 miles separate the two schools. And Centennial with that big win. Most people are just penciling them into at least the CIF D1 semifinals. Of course, there's Bosco and Mater Dei and those schools out there as well. But Centennial's going to make a big run.
And Santiago and Roosevelt are good teams.
Yeah, there's Norco.
Centennial's just that much better. It never ceases to amaze me.
They're the evil empire. They're going to evil empire until Luke will take over. Quick question.
Yeah.
How about Heritage yesterday? They go up 41-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, so you look at the final score. What was it, 41-14?
Yes.
Against Elsinore?
Yes.
But in the end, like you said, because, again, you were sitting at your snack tray at IEMG writing down all the stats, and you're like, it's 41-0 in the second quarter.
In the second quarter, they had a running clock, and Elsinore was 5-1.
Yeah, Elsinore's a good team.
Great team.
Yeah, this is no slide on Elsinore. They're a good team. So for Heritage to do that.
So Heritage is starting to play ball again after that tough loss to Orange Lutheran. So
they're #2 in Division II if you keep an eye on those rankings, which we kind of do. Loosely, we keep an eye on those rankings. Real quick, we'll run out of time. Arlington beat Poly 35-14. The Rancho Verde beat Valley View 65-28. That's a convincing victory for the Mustangs. So, Jeff, now let's look ahead to Week 8. Arlington against Rancho Verde in Inland Valley League play.
That's going to be deciding factor who wins that league. And it's, hey, who's on our show next week?
We're going to have the Rancho Verde, Jeff Steinberg, and my neighbor.
Your neighbor will be here. Yeah, I think that's going to be the game of the week next week.
That's going to be a good one. Cajon, Yucaipa, Rancho Verde, Arlington are those two that you really got to keep an eye on in Week 8 next week.
Juicy.
Real quick, if you're watching us live and amplified, here's the updated Grade 8 and 4 more. The Inland Sports supercomputer, busy working deep into the night.
Beep, boop, boop, boop.
And here's the rankings. Actually, I'll be completely honest. There was absolutely no change. Movement. But because of those big games that we just mentioned, we could see some changes in the rankings next week. But it was a pretty quiet week because everything basically held to form as we predicted, and the computer never lies.
Never.
The numbers don't lie. Real quick, also another reminder, tonight we are back live on IEMG for San Bernardino Valley College football. Their opening conference play, the American Mountain Conference against San Diego Mesa. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff. Watch it live on IEMG. Myself and Vinny Fazio will have the call. Cullen Holt roaming the sidelines.
And Fazio's bow tie.
Are you wearing a tie tonight?
Absolutely.
You
bow
are?
tie?
No, not because I don't want to step on Fazio's toes.
That's
I'll
his.
just show him up with the regular tie.
That's Vinny's thing. He wears the bow tie. That's his thing.
His bow tie talks to him. Hello, I'm Vinny Fazio. Ascot. We're in Ascot tonight.
No, that's Brad's
Okay.
thing.
That's Bradford's thing.
Bradford.
See, you can't step on someone else's game.
How about a carnation?
Bolo
Wear a
tie.
carnation.
Bolo
A bolo tie.
Phillip Rivers style, right?
Yes.
Bolo tie.
Hey, they're playing San Diego Mesa, so
That would be awesome.
Hey, we're brought to you by Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change. You'll be spoiled by their great prices, customer service. Check them out off Alessandro Boulevard. Bill Navigado and his team will treat you right. It's in the name, Spoiled. Ken Sporting Goods. Remember, Charger Girls.
Yes.
October 18th, Cullen's going to be there covering that event.
Maybe you'll get a date.
Not his worst assignment.
He could get a date out of it.
So, Ken Sporting Goods, you guys know you're the best. Boost Performance Training, Ray Bass and his team training up great athletes right here in the Inland Empire, based out of Corona. But they'll train you up anywhere, any sport, any level. BoostTrainingsystems.com.
Darts? Well, they train me in darts. That's my new sport this week.
Call Ray Bass.
I'm going to do it.
He's good at everything. He just might do it. And Catalano Motors, welcome to the team. You can buy, you can trade, you can finance that new car in your life. You have high expectations when buying a car. It can be unpleasant. They will make it all good. They'll make it an enjoyable experience to go on a car lot and get a new car. They're right off there. Off Temescal Canyon Road in Corona. So thank you, Derek Catalano. We appreciate your support of Inland Sports and, of course, the local community here in the Inland Empire. All right, big thanks to the Yucaipa Thunderbirds, Hank Bachmeier, the gunslinger from Murrieta Valley, and McKenna and Madison Witt from Cal Baptist University.
Hank Bachmeier.
The man, right? We will be back next Saturday, 11 a.m., right here on the one and only Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports IE, 1350 a.m.
That's going to do it for all of us here at Channel 4 News. You stay classy, San Diego. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Welcome to the local sports leader in the Inland Empire, the Inland Sports Show. You can find us on Fox Sports IE 1350 AM every single Saturday at 11 a.m. plus live and amplified around the world on the Inland Sports channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button.
This is Kenny Clark from the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports is the undisputed sports leader in the IE and two-time finalist for the top TV radio show in the Inland Empire. Thanks to our big-name guests, exclusive interviews, video highlights, and of course, nobody breaks more news than Inland Sports. Hosted by Big Salty Jeff Gorham and the IE Media Personality of the Year, Pep Fernandez. Honored by the CIF Southern Section with its Champion for Character Award, the National Football Foundation, the Southern California Football Coaches Association, the Inland Empire Baseball Coaches Association, and the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We've teamed up with some outstanding companies in our community that are proud to call the IE home, and they care about local sports.
Hey, what's up, Pep? You too cool to come down here, man? Too big time now?
You can join our team too. If you're a local business or owner, shoot us an email at inlandsportshow@gmail.com. Nobody covers local sports like Inland Sports. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Always want to play the best teams, even in the playoffs. If we win the playoffs, I want it to be like we earned it.
Help us spread the word. And thanks for making Inland Sports the local sports leader in the Inland Empire.